What's up everyone, Music Beats here, and first of all, before we continue any further, Merry Christmas to anyone that's watching. Hope you're having a great holiday wherever you are. And I was reading some of the comments from my last video. One person suggested that I do a Southside tutorial with stock plugins, so that's what I'm going to do today. It's going to be a Southside tutorial, except it's going to be with free plugins. I'm going to be using Contact for the sounds because I feel like they have better quality sounds than the stock plugins that they have in FL Studio. So let me not waste too much of your time and let's just get into it. First things first, what we're going to do is we're just going to open up the channel rack, which is this button right here. We're going to go to the plus sign. I'm going to go to more plugins and I'm just going to type in complete control. I'm thinking I'll use a synth sound, like a string sound called Ober Brass. I'm gonna bring this tempo down maybe to 130, so I'm just gonna go to the tempo box here, right click, and I'm just gonna choose 130 BPM. And then from here, we're gonna be using the D minor scale. First of all, I learned this trick from Finesse and Bro Beats, legendary producers. Teach me this trick. So we're gonna go with D sharp, and then we're gonna count up 3, 1, 2, 3 to F sharp. Then we're gonna count up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to A sharp. Yeah, that's our chord right there. And we're just gonna offset these notes right here. So it's gonna be play D sharp. I'm gonna press Command B, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shift this up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm just gonna bring this down by pressing Command down. I shifted it up by 5 by pressing Shift up 5 times, and I'm just gonna press Command down or Control down. And what that would do is you just shift everything down an octave. And it's gonna be on key, because if you shift everything up by 5, everything just ends up being on key. I don't know the music theory behind it, but I just know it ends up being on key. So this is what it sounds like. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna press Command B or Control B, and what that will do is that it will shift everything over to the other side. If you're enjoying this video and you want more FL Studio related content and tutorials, please don't forget to like and subscribe. On my way to 100 subscribers, so you subscribing can help me out. I'll actually even give you 5 seconds to do it. Thank you. Let's get back to the video. Now we have our main melody. We just need to add our second layer, and I thought our second layer could be a piano, and I'll actually use FL keys. So FL keys is right there. I'm gonna press on this arrow right here. I'm gonna go to presets, and I'm gonna go to drop piano, and then I'm gonna go back into the piano roll by clicking this piano button right here, and then we can start making our melody. So I was thinking we can go up D, F sharp, A sharp. We're just going to decrease the size of these notes right here. And then I'm just going to press Command up. I'm going to press Control B. Press Shift down until it lines up with these ghost notes right here. And then I'm just going to press Command up. And what that will do is just shift everything over. I'm going to press Command B or Control B to shift everything over to the other side. And this is what it sounds like. Now we have our 2 layers. We're just gonna add one more layer, and I just want it to be like a synth, and it's just gonna hit once, and it's just gonna vibrate throughout the entire section. I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. I'm just gonna open another complete control, and I'm gonna leave a link to complete control in the description. No, that. So I'm just gonna go back into the piano roll. I'm gonna put it at D sharp and A sharp. Then I'm gonna press Options or Alt, and we're just gonna shorten them, just so that, like, you know, on the piano roll you can even see that it's just one hit. And then I'm just gonna press Shift, bring this down here. I'm gonna highlight everything by pressing Command left click, and that's highlighting. I'm just pressing Shift, and what that allows you to drag everything over. Those are the first 3 instruments. Now I'm thinking I want to delete some parts of the piano so I can leave room for flute. We can't do a Southside beat without like a flute or something. So I'm just gonna highlight all these second parts here, and I'm just gonna press Functions Delete, and we're just gonna add a flute. So I'm gonna go to the channel rack right here, press the plus sign, go to more plugins, and I'm just gonna open up another complete control. It's called Belsy. That's what it sounds like. And it's gonna fill up the second section. The piano is gonna fill up the first section here, and Belsy is gonna fill up the second section. So I was thinking I wanted just to follow these notes right here of the second part of the progression: B, A sharp, G sharp. And I'm just gonna bring these up an octave by pressing Command up. I'm gonna highlight them by pressing Command or Control left click, and then highlight, and then I'm just gonna press shift, left click, and then just drag them to the second section. Now it's gonna sound too repetitive, so what we can do actually is we can actually drag this last note here down to F sharp. So by pressing shift down twice, and now it's at F sharp. So this is what the melody sounds like. So we have our melody going. Let's just add our drums now. For saving time with the hi-hats, I'm not gonna add any rolls. I'm just gonna leave it as a simple two-step hi-hat. So I'm just gonna drag a hi-hat onto the channel rack. I'll right click, and then I'll choose for each two steps. I'm gonna get a clap, this one right here. I'm just gonna fill it out. There, 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 and there. I'll press shift D just to shorten the notes. So this is what it sounds like. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab an 808. I'm gonna go back into the piano roll, and we're just gonna place the 808s where I know they're gonna sound good. So I know we already know the root notes are D sharp and G sharp. And for me, when I'm making a dark trap beat, what I try to do is I try not to go over F sharp with the 808 notes, because you also want the 808 to be sounding dark. So now it can't be a Southside beat without an 808 roll. So I'm just gonna decrease that there. Where are we gonna put the roll? There and there. I'm gonna put a note here at the beginning of the 5. I'm gonna press Command or Control O. What that does is just makes everything longer. I'm gonna go into the channel rack by clicking this button right here. Go double click on the 808. Go to the envelope, decrease everything except for the hold. And then I'm gonna go into this wrench tool here which says miscellaneous functions, and I'm just gonna let it cut itself just so that the 808 notes just don't run over each other. So that's what it sounds like. So we have our 808. We just need to add our kick and the beat's done. So I'm just going to grab this kick right here. I'm going to make sure that this green box here on the 808 is highlighted, and you can just do that by clicking on the box. I'm going to press Command C. I'll go to the kick, press Command V. What that does is that it just shifts everything over to that side. I will actually highlight all these D sharp notes by pressing Command or Control, left click, and then just drag them down to C. Then I'll get these G sharp notes. I'll drag them up by pressing Shift up until we get to C. I'll grab this F note here, shift down until we get to C. I know Southside actually makes a lot of his kick notes and just 808 notes at the same time, and gives it like this cool sound. The kick has a shorter transient than the 808, so when they hit together, they just hit hard. I'm just gonna play for you just so you see exactly what I mean. Now, one thing I was thinking I could do is, before I end the video, I'm just going to go to the 808, press shift. I'll go to all the complete control instruments and the dark piano, and then I'll click on this arrow right here, and I'll choose transpose selected. And I was thinking we could try to bring it down to C sharp, so that'll be -2, just to see what everything will sound like. Maybe the 808 would have to be changed, and these notes here would have to be brought higher because F sharp is too low. Let's see what this sounds like. Sounds better. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. On my way to 100 subscribers, so your subscribing could help me out. If you want to watch more FL Studio tutorial videos, some will either pop up in front of my face or like right beside my head, and you can just click on those. I hope you're having a good day. Have a great Christmas holiday.